Hi, my name is Lauren and I'm an independent rep for Agnes Dora. And this is my first time doing a YouTube video for my Agnes Dora business. I just wanted to come on and talk a bit about my experience. I'm about 1 month in terms of selling with the company. And for anybody who might be thinking about becoming a rep, I just wanted to be really honest with you about what my journey has been like so far. So if you'll bear with me, I do have a list here to keep me in line so I don't forget anything. I have contact information below. You can go to my website, shopleggingswithlauren.com. You can email me at shopleggingswithlauren@gmail.com. I'm going to have a link to my Facebook group below too. So if you're not familiar with Agnes Dora and you're stumbling on this video, we sell women's clothing in sizes extra small through 3XL, and we have dresses, tops, tunics, leggings of course, skirts, dresses, sweaters, and something that's really unique about Agnes Dora is that we actually have constantly new styles added to our lineup. So it's not that we just carry 4 or 5 things. We actually have brand new styles released almost every week on top of carrying some standard pieces in our inventory. So that's pretty cool. The dress that I'm wearing right now is the Kahlo dress. All of our dresses are named after inspirational women, and this one is obviously named after Frida Kahlo. And this can also be worn as a tunic, but I just love how comfortable it is. The quality is impeccable, and it really does look great on everybody. No matter if you are an extra small or a 3XL, the clothes are super flattering on everyone, and I feel like they really resonate with women. So that's what really attracted me to the company, is that I fell in love with the clothes, obviously. My inventory is behind me. This is where I do my live sales. So why did I decide to become a rep? That's a really interesting question. I have never done direct sales in my life. I never saw myself in direct sales. I was on YouTube researching another clothing line, and I happened upon someone's video for Agnes Dora, and I immediately was like, what is this? This stuff is really nice. These are styles that really resonate with me, whereas other direct sales clothing companies, like, I thought the business model was interesting, but I was not a fan of the clothing. And as soon as I saw this, I just thought, oh my gosh, like, this is stuff that I want to wear. And I immediately went on Facebook and started trying to look for reps, ordered a few products, and was instantly hooked. I mean, like, so super impressed with the quality of the items that I received, and I started buying more of it and getting really excited about it, and it got to the point where those were the items that I was constantly reaching for in my closet. So I thought long and hard about it and decided that because I loved the clothing so much and because it had made a real difference in my life, that I wanted to try out being a rep and see what that would be like for me. I know it sounds kind of stupid to say, like, oh, clothes have made a difference in my life, but it's really given me more confidence and made me feel more put together, and that I can just reach for a piece and throw it on and feel like I have a sense of style. And before, I was someone who was just always in the same pair of Levi's and a $7 Target t-shirt. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm not someone who had a lot of confidence in, like, putting together an outfit and feeling like I looked really on trend, nor did I necessarily have the budget to do that. And these clothes have just made me feel really different about myself and the way that I carry myself. So that's another reason I was interested in becoming a rep. But once I tried the product, I was instantly hooked. If you're interested in becoming a rep, the most important thing is to find an upline, a sponsoring rep that you really connect with, that really gels with you, that you feel like you can trust, who's going to be there for you 100% to answer your questions. I ended up going with my sponsoring rep being the first person that I ever purchased from, but we just had an instant connection, and we share something in common outside of Agnes Dora that made me feel really comfortable choosing her, and she has been just the best. I mean, I can't say enough fantastic things about my upline. She's always there to answer any questions I have immediately. When you're shopping around, if you're thinking about becoming a rep, try to develop some relationships with the people that you're buying from and get a sense of who they are, and get a sense of who they are outside of Agnes Dora. You want your sponsoring rep to be someone that cares about you as an individual and wants you to succeed, and not just someone who's trying to, you know, have some free inventory coming their way because of you. Most people are not like that. Most people in the company are really great. 90%, but you need to do your homework, follow up, and do some research before you decide that that's something you want to do, because that's the #1 most important thing when becoming a rep. Okay, so I want to talk about startup costs, like what you think they might be versus what they actually are. Yes, I'm having some wine. So the cheapest kit that you can purchase at this point in time is $3,500, and you get a nice variety with that. So you may think, like, I just need to come up with $3,500 and I can start this business, but that's not true. I'm going to tell you what my actual startup costs are and what I think sort of the minimum is that you need to succeed. So even if you just go with the $3,500 kit, you have a bare minimum of basic startup items that you're going to have to invest in yourself. So I made a list of what those are. I'm going to tell you about what that cost me. So you absolutely need a lighting kit. No matter where you live or what kind of lighting you have, it's absolutely essential that if you're going to be taking any photos at all or going live, which you really can't be a rep without doing one or both of those things, you need a photo kit. I was able to purchase that on Amazon for about 50 bucks, and I've used it constantly and it's been a great investment, but that's a must-have. For shipping needs, you're going to need poly mailers, and I would recommend that you start out, they come in packs of like 100. You're going to want to get about 200, maybe choose 2 different styles, and the 10 by 13 size, and then there's a smaller size that would only fit like 1 to 2 pairs of leggings. Maybe get 50 to 100 of those. You're also going to need like tissue paper, packing tape. You can order padded poly mailers, flat rate envelopes, priority flat rate envelopes from the post office, and medium and large flat rate boxes from the post office for free online, but it does take a while for them to arrive at your residence, so you need to order those. Business cards, the company does not provide you with business cards, so you have to do that on your own. I had to pay for the graphics for my business cards and then also for the printing of my business cards. I think all total it was like $100 or $120 for both of those things, and I got 500 cards. In addition to business cards, you need a clothing care card. It can be like, you know, it's a bigger card. It's going to say thank you for your purchase, but it's also going to give instructions on how to wash and care for the items, and you can put your return and exchange policy on there as well. It's important to include that with every order to make sure that you are covered. I write a personal handwritten note on the back of every one of my clothing care cards to include with my packages. Something else that you need is a photo backdrop. You can see this behind me. This is a photo backdrop that I got off of Amazon. It was actually big enough that I could cut it and put part of it on the wall behind me. It's not a backdrop for my lives, it's a backdrop so that when I move my clothes out of the way that I can take pictures of me in the clothes standing up in front of this. And then I can use the rest of it, I cut out to put on the floor for my flat lays. So I think that was pretty cheap. It was like 15 bucks plus shipping, but that's something you absolutely need. You need a scale to weigh all of your packages. I went with a Dymo scale thinking I needed something that would like integrate into my computer software, blah, blah, blah. I don't use it that way, so just any sort of a kitchen scale that's going to give you precise ounces is fine, but I would say that's still going to run you 15 to 20 bucks. A mannequin, I would say it's not an absolute, but like if you can spring for it, you should get it. Flat lays are kind of the way to go, but sometimes people just want to see what something actually looks like on together vertically. So I do utilize my mannequin. I think I got one for about $40 on Amazon. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you need Amazon Prime. It is worth every penny. It's like, what, 50 bucks a year or something? It's really worth it because everything that you order can get to you in usually 2 days. And your shipping supplies, your storage, like everything that I'm mentioning in terms of what you need as a rep, you can get it all on Amazon Prime. Plus it tracks all of your orders, so when you go to do your taxes and your expenses, it's all there in one place. That makes it really helpful too. You need clothing racks. With this heavy-duty clothing rack here, I got this off of Amazon. I think it was about $50 or $55. I just went with one. That's all the space that I have. If you have more space, I would recommend getting 2, but that's not my situation. So in addition to that, you're going to need some storage. additional ways that you can store your clothing besides hanging them up. So I have some long storage bins that go underneath my bed that I store leggings in based on size. And then I have some utility storage totes that collapsible, and I keep leggings and skirts in there broken down by size. So that was, I don't know, an additional $100 for my storage bins, I would say, on top of the cost of the clothing rack. You're gonna wanna put some sort of a little gift in with your orders if it fits. Like if I'm tight on space in a package and I can't make it work, it doesn't work. But when I can, I always throw in a gift. Something small, something cute, something that's obviously not gonna melt or get all over the clothes in the mail or add a lot of extra weight to your packages. But if you start ordering things from other reps, you'll see the things that you get, and that might give you some ideas. Some reps include like inspirational cards with little notes and sayings that are printed up that are super cute. Some reps have candy, some reps have like nail files or chapstick, so be on the lookout for things that you might receive and think about what might resonate with you. But that's gonna be another expense. That was a good $80 to $100 for me on ordering something to stick in with my orders. If you don't have a tripod, you're gonna need a tripod to go live. This is something you can get for between 10 and 30 bucks on Amazon, but it is really important, and you can use it when you're taking photographs too. So I had to buy a desk. I work Agnes Dora out of my bedroom. Little bit of background about me. If you hear my accent, it's because I am originally from North Carolina. Lived in Louisville, Kentucky after I graduated from college for about 7 years, and now I live in Brooklyn, New York. If you look me up with Agnes and Dora, I'm in Brooklyn, New York. So I am a classical singer. I sing musical theater and opera, and I went back to graduate school to get my master's degree up here in Brooklyn, and I still live here, and I work full-time during the day, 8 to 5, outside of Agnes and Dora, and I sing a lot, and I'm always practicing or in rehearsal for something, and then I'm doing this on top of that. But because I'm living in New York City, I only have my bedroom, but I am able to make this work in a small space. I have a good-sized bedroom, and I have a home office in here as well, but I just have one wall for my inventory. I have my storage underneath it and underneath my bed, and as long as you have a space where you can go live, you know, and a space to store your clothes, then that's what you need. So if you're thinking about doing this and you're like, I don't have any space, I don't have an extra room in my house, you can send me a message and I'll be glad to talk to you about how I make it work in here, because if I can make it work, I promise anybody can make it work in terms of space. I did have to purchase an additional desk just to have some extra room for like my scale and my packaging and stuff. So that was about 50 bucks. I got it on Amazon, of course. Hangers. You're gonna need hangers, and you want the thin velvet hangers. You can find them on Amazon, you can find them on eBay. I found the best deal was at Walmart online. I can't remember exactly what it was, but they were the cheapest per unit price. And you're gonna wanna get like 200 to start out, I would say, at least, hangers. So that's gonna be another like $100, maybe more, maybe $150 cost. So basically, all that to say, $3,500 just covers the cost of your inventory, and honestly it's like $36.50 with the shipping. Your additional cost that you're going to incur for the very basic items that you have to get started is going to be a minimum of about $500. So I would say the bare minimum that you need to get started is going to be $4,000 to $4,100. Now, in addition to that, I decided to beef up my inventory and add to my inventory. So I ordered this small kit, but then I added about $700 to $1,000 worth of inventory to what came in my kit. And as reps with Agnes and Dora, we get the ability to pick out and choose our own inventory, which is amazing. So I wanted to invest that $1,000 in things that I handpicked myself. And I sort of did part of that before my kit came in and part of that after my kit came in. I got some great items in my kit, but what I can tell you is that what came in my kit was the majority of sizes at opposite ends of the spectrum. I got a lot of extra small, and I got a lot of 3XL. What I did not have a lot of was small to extra large. And I felt like it was important for me to add plenty of options in those sizes to my inventory. So I saw where I was deficient in those things and I purchased to make that up. So you may want to start purchasing inventory before you get your kit, but I would save some money for after you get your kit so that you can make up whatever deficiencies might be in there in terms of sizing and styles that you need. So I would say my actual startup costs at the end of the day, between the extra inventory and all of the other things that I mentioned, was $5,000, which is a lot of money. Another thing I can tell you about me, a lot of women who do this are moms or they're married, and some people certainly have another job and do this, but a lot of women, they just, they stay at home and they're full-time stay-at-home moms and they're doing this too, which is of course very busy. Like it's a lot of work to do that. I'm not married and I don't have any children, but I do work full-time outside of this, and then as I said, I'm gone a lot with singing as well. So needless to say, all that is to mean I don't have any extra financial support from anyone. I don't have a husband helping me out to make sure that my bills get paid if this isn't successful for me. So I put a lot of savings into this, and then I had to charge some expenses as well. I would recommend saving as much as you can because you don't want to get into a lot of debt over this. Unfortunately, I've gotten into a little more than what I was necessarily comfortable with, but take out an interest-free, 15-month credit card if that's what you're going to do, so that you don't have interest accumulating on your credit card. There are 3 or 4 options out there for those. So if that's something you're looking into, feel free to message me and I can tell you which one I ended up going with. Okay, so I am about 1 month in from when I officially went live. I was in the queue in January and I did not get my kit until the middle of May because at that time there was a long wait in the queue. I think now you can sign up and get your kit in a couple of weeks. They've grown tremendously in the past 6 months or so, which is really exciting. I can tell you my first month has been full of a lot of highs and lows emotionally. Not that I thought it would be like all sunshine, butterflies, and roses. I knew it was going to be hard work. However, I'm the type of person that usually feels like, I put in the work, like I'm that student. I always work really, really hard, and I expect to be able to get what I think I'm going to get out of that, right? That's not really been the case for me with this. I have put in hundreds of hours into this business. It's incredibly time consuming, especially in the beginning when you're getting set up. There's definitely a learning curve to all of the technology. You have to set up, with your taxes, with your PayPal. You're gonna have to photograph a lot of inventory. Yes, it scans into the system, but 25% of what comes in your kit you will not be able to scan in, and you're going to have to photograph it individually. You need to do flat lays every day. You have to post on Instagram, in your Facebook group, go live every week, schedule parties, respond to people's questions, and I can just tell you that it's very time consuming. But along with my time, I've really put my heart and soul into it. I sell these clothes because I love them and I believe in the product and I love the company, and I think that that comes across. However, starting any retail sales business in the summer is difficult for anyone. It's the slowest time of the year for sales, I will tell you that. I set a goal for myself in the beginning for the first month, and it was not what I would consider to be a super lofty goal, but it was a goal that I wanted to meet, and I came about $1,000 short of that, even with putting in, I would say at minimum, like 100 hours into this business in my first month, and I did not meet my goal. So I'm just gonna be honest with you about that. We're not supposed to talk about numbers in a setting like this. You'll find reps that do. You're going to find a lot of reps in different places that are not adhering to what Agnes and Dora calls our policy and procedures, but I'm someone who plays by the rules. I'm not going to disclose that information, but if you have specific questions, like I said, you can contact me. Another thing that's been an adjustment is that the company went from a model of having like a set number of styles to this more boutique kind of model where they release different styles every week. So like 1 week it'll be the cold shoulder tunic, and the next week it's the frill sleeve tunic. Things like that they're gonna come up once and then not come back around again, most likely. That's really awesome because it gives our customers a lot of different things to choose from, and it really does give us like a boutique feel, like you're just shopping in your neighborhood boutique that has different stuff every time that you go in, which is great. But the other side of that is that if you're a new rep, you can only purchase more inventory if you are selling the inventory that you have, unless you just have some unlimited amount of cash, which I don't. And so as a new rep, it can be difficult to keep up with these constantly evolving and changing styles just because you probably don't have the money yet to be able to keep up with all of that and purchase everything that you want to purchase every week. Whereas reps that are, more established and have a greater customer base are going to be able to offer those products. So that's been a little frustrating on this end. Like, it's great, I'm excited about it, but I wish that I had more funds to be able to purchase more new items for my group. That's been a little bit tough. It's been definitely harder than I thought to get people to purchase. I just thought that I was so excited about the product that other people would be excited about the product too. It's a tough market out there. It's tough in July. Obviously, people are on vacation or they're saving money because they're about to go on vacation. It's tough out there in the economy right now. And if you log on to your Facebook or just take a look at your friends, I know I personally probably know 50 different people that I'm friends with on Facebook that are selling things in direct marketing, and I applaud them and I support as many of them as I can, and I think they're all great products. I have lots of friends selling Rodan & Fields, Unique Makeup, Limelight by Alcone, LuLaRoe obviously, Shakeology, all of that. But you're not just competing with other people selling clothing on the internet, you're competing with people selling everything else, because especially, right now, people just have a limited amount of discretionary income that they can spend, and so maybe if they bought makeup this month, they're not able to buy a dress from you. So that's tough. Just get out there and talk about how much you love the product, and do as much as you can in person. And I would say if you are becoming a rep, it's important to go live in your group as much as possible so that people get to know you and feel like they can establish a relationship with you. It's also a great opportunity to get to know your customers and talk to them and interact with them, and it's my favorite part of the job. I have been really excited in the first month about establishing some fantastic one-on-one relationships with customers, people that I did not know before I became a rep, who found me through various different means, women that I now talk to pretty regularly on Facebook Messenger, and a couple of them on the phone, and it's just been like a really encouraging thing to feel like I'm meeting fantastic people and I'm really enjoying them being a part of my life as well, sort of like just outside of, I'm not just trying to sell them something. So if you are genuine and you try to form genuine relationships with people, I think that's going to come across too. So that's my first month recap. We'll see how it goes in the second month. I am hopeful that with the change of seasons in August and back to school time, that people are going to be more excited about shopping and looking to add to their wardrobe. So we will see. I will definitely come back on next month and update you and tell you how my second month in as a rep has been, and if I've been able to grow and hit the target that I was hoping to make last month. But I would love to have you come by and check out my page. I have a Facebook group, I have a website, and of course you can shop my inventory 24/7 in my online party sites. I'm going to put the links to all of that below, but if you have any additional questions either about styles, clothing, the company itself, or becoming a rep, just send me an email or shoot me a message and I'd be happy to get back with you. Thanks!